Hi again, everybody. This week we join you from Quintero Golf Club spring training right around the corner. Pitchers and catchers reporting. Quintero here in Arizona, the premier destination for you to get out, golf, to stay and play. Still to come, much more from here at Quintero. Claudia has On the Rocks and Elia Eats as we continue on from spring training. Mike Poe, General Manager, Quintero. This is your house. And this whole place is your house. The people that are watching across the country that are going to be out here for spring training. Quintero, I'm teeing it up for you using the metaphor. Tell us about it.
Oh, it's a beautiful golf course. It's we've been out here since about 2000. Course is 22 years old. It's developed by Reese Jones. Originally, it was the destination for wealthy car dealers. 2008 came along and took that away, and we've taken it over and operated it since 2011. As a public facility.
It is absolutely stunning out here. It's one of those places that when I tell people from out of state that are coming, it is really a once in a lifetime experience to be out here and play. What makes it so unique for you, Mike?
You know, the topography, the time that it's taken, making sure every hole was a postcard. And I believe that. Every hole is just beauty. There's not one hole that you go, what's my favorite hole? I think there's 18 favorite holes out here.
I am one that unfortunately still makes shallow graves on the golf course. That happens with my swing on occasion, but it doesn't shy me away from coming out here. I do think it is something that for those of you that are coming out here to Arizona to experience it, level of golf, not want to come out here for your very first time to play. I think that's fair to say.
It's definitely not a beginner's golf course. No, sir. It's not that at all. I think the beauty of the golf course is a little different than most desert golf courses in the fact that we're not surrounded by homes. We have 6 homes on property and then another 9 condos on property, which we're in the executive loft here at one of our condos, and they're off the beaten path. They're not right up against the golf course, so they're not intruding on your privacy out there.
When people come out here, a signature hole or two that you recommend?
Everybody likes 6 and 9. Hole 6 and 9. Number 6 looks over the whole Southwest Valley, heading towards the east. Great sunsets there, and then number 9 is basically our signature hole. It's about a 250-foot elevation drop to it's actually a large green when you get down there, but when you're standing that high up in the air, it looks very small, and it's got water in front of it, so it can be intimidating.
What I love about Quintero coming up here is it's the service. The service you get here is amazing. It's also the facilities before you even tee off. It's not just pulling and there's everything right on top of a parking lot. You have to go experience it when you're out here, and the service is bar none. The executive loft that we're sitting in, walk us through this.
This is a 2,400 square foot executive loft. It's got 2 master suites on each end. It's beautiful. It's got everything you need. Plus, we do private cooking in here for our guests. You can order in. You can what we call take and bake, or the chef can cook here right in front of you. Yes is the answer. What's the question? Anything's possible here at our executive loft.
And these can be rented out for the people that are watching across the country. Are they available still here in spring training?
Availability is starting to go away as more and more people realize that we have these on property. It's funny because when we first started operating Quintero, the golf course, we were the best kept secret. And now the golf course is no longer a secret. Now we're fighting through that. The lofts and the executive lofts are the best kept secret, and they're starting to fill up now too. They're getting very popular with our guests.
Outside of here from spring training facilities, what do we, Mike, 25, 30 minutes away? If you're at the Rangers, the Padres, thereabouts, you're not that far away.
You're not that far away. It's that P83 area where all the ball players and the fields are in that Peoria area is literally door to door 35 minutes. That's parking your car and everything.
When I've been up here before, I've seen many athletes come rolling through here. You have quite a few athletes that come rolling through. How did that happen, and who are some of the players that you've seen come through here through the years?
You know, it's funny. It happened with some of the coaches that were coming out here and playing. I think that the big push behind all this was actually Mike Moustakas. he started coming out, and he would call me directly, and he would take care of his guys and send them our direction. Said, hey, these are my boys. Put them on my credit card. I won't be able to make it today. I got other things going on. And then that rolled into Mookie Betts coming out. He comes out here all the time.
And this is one of the best kept secrets, too, that I can say as someone who's here locally the last 30 years. You can come to Quintero in summer, and yes, it's hot, but you can get out here early in the morning or late in the afternoon, and you can play one of the premier golf courses in all of Arizona and take it all in and see marvelous sunsets or run away from monsoons coming through. So this is not just about if you can't make it out in February or March. Quintero is a place to check out year-round.
Yeah, we pride ourselves on being in great shape year-round. Really, the only time we're a little compromised is right at the beginning of June when we shut down for aerification for 3 days. Then after that, we're up and running again, full capacity. And that's one thing I do pride our entire team. Trevor Cook, our superintendent, man, he takes great care of this golf course. Year-round, we're in great shape.
Thanks for having us out, Mike.
Thank you, Brad.
My name is Brody Boren. I'm the general manager at the restaurant Toro here at the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess. I would definitely categorize this restaurant as one of Phoenix's most hidden gems. First, the vibe of the restaurant is casual upscale. We obviously accommodate a lot of our golfers here at the beautiful stadium course at TPC Scottsdale. So during the day, it's a lot more casual, a lot more of like a very high-end golf clubhouse. In the evening, we turn more into an upscale, casual Brazilian steakhouse. So we have a really unique concept here at Toro. I think one of the things is our menu makes no sense until you actually sit down and start eating. So we're what's called Pan-Latin Asian fusion, which means we're not just playing all the greatest hits from Mexico, we're also diving into Peru, into Argentina, into Brazil, and extracting a lot of the beautiful cultural dishes from those places and infusing some Asian collaboration with that as well. So first thing I want to highlight for you guys here is going to be our sushi. So we have a great representation of our nigiri and sashimi. The kinds of fish that we have on, we try to keep it pretty abbreviated so that we're only focusing on quality. So right now we have our hamachi, our ahi tuna, and our salmon, and we're just focusing on the quality of those fish and then a really nice execution on everything that we order there. A few of our rolls here. You're gonna see our angry tuna roll, our crunchy shrimp roll, and then one of our avocado rolls that has some seasoned crab in there as well. No two plates, thank you, Andre. No two plates of sushi are really ever the same. We really love to empower our sushi chefs to riff. You're gonna order something, it's gonna be consistent, but it might be plated differently. Right here, you're gonna see our tuna tataki salad. This is a really refreshing salad. And then over here, when we were talking about our the fusion of elements that we have here at Toro, this is our chifa fried rice. So chifa is actually a style of cooking that comes from Peru. It's their representation of Chinese food. So this is our play on a Peruvian and Szechuan inspired fried rice. So in that you have scallops, shrimp, Argentinian chorizo, and then all of the sort of typical garlic shallots, ginger, all these other kind of wonderful things. This entree here is from our dinner menu. This is an Atlantic salmon over some bok choy, pickled and sauteed, mushrooms on the side, and then a parsnip puree. A couple of cocktails on the table for you guys as well. We are Arizona's largest rum bar. So right here we have our zombie. It's a zombie for a reason. It'll definitely knock your socks off. This is like a tropical version of a Long Island iced tea. There's a lot going on. It's really lovely. And then of course the painkiller, which is a really classic tiki cocktail. I've been in food and beverage my entire adult life. This is the best job I've ever had. Not just because of the quality of leadership that we have at the Fairmont as a whole, but also in our food and beverage division. And that really kind of permeates down to the culture of everybody. You know, the folks that are going to fill up your water glasses and bust your tables after you leave are as important and as amazing as the 10-year veteran bartender that's making your craft cocktail. They're just as important as our executive chef who produces beautiful food and curates a wonderful menu for us. So that degree of excellence really comes across in everything we do, and it makes what we do that much more special.
And Toro is right there at our home away from home, the Princess Resort, the Fairmont in Scottsdale. That is the place to stay when you come out here for spring training this month in March, or heck, anytime that you come into the Valley. The Princess Resort in Scottsdale, the Fairmont Resort, it is tremendous. Up next, On the Rocks with Claudia Collins. You may want to check out a movie. We spoke with Sally Field about 80 for Brady. That is all straight ahead.
spring, so come for the games. Then extend your adventure in Arizona. Ready to go big? Find your fun today.
Bienvenidos.
Here in the heart of the American Southwest, you'll find 3 well-known restaurants all named Valle Luna, serving the finest Sonoran-style Mexican food known across the country and beyond. And we're open for business, so come on in. We've fired up the grill and iced down the refreshments and even added some specialties along the way.
Thanks for coming.
Hello. Greetings.
Welcome back.
No matter where you're from or how you say it, at Valle Luna, you're always welcome, and we're glad to have you back.
Discover more Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino.
Hi, folks. Here are your drinks.
Where having fun means racking up reward credits with the Caesars Rewards loyalty program that can be redeemed for food, free play, hotel stays, and more. Not only here in the city of Maricopa, but also at more than 50 Caesars properties coast to coast. From Harrah's Las Vegas to Caesars Palace in Atlantic City. What are you waiting for? Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino, the official sponsor of Play.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to On the Rocks. I'm your trail guide, Claudia Collins, and I'm taking you along for my adventures as I check hikes, waterfalls, and other outdoor activities off of my Arizona bucket list. Today we're hiking Soldier Pass Trail in Sedona. Soldier's Pass Trail is about 4.5 miles with 839 feet of elevation gain, and it's rated moderate because of the climb to the cave. Well, 5 attempts later, coming to the Soldier's Pass Trailhead, we finally got a parking spot. There's only 14 spots here. So I guess the trick is coming a little bit early and seeing if we can snag a spot. I really have tried to do this hike multiple times. If the parking lot is full, you can go to the Jordan Trailhead and park there. One thing I love about this hike are all the cool viewpoints. First stop on the trail, Devil's Kitchen. After checking out the Devil's Kitchen sinkhole, you'll follow the trail towards the 7 sacred pools. That's another popular view on this hike. Second stop, but not our final destination, the 7 sacred pools. Now let's see if there's actually some water in them after it rained. Okay, it's muddy water, but it's water nonetheless. The 7 sacred pools is also one of Sedona's most popular vortexes. This trail is surrounded by beautiful plant life and has some of the most epic views of the Red Rocks. Even though it's cloudy, the shade is nice. The trail is pretty easy for the most part. The moderate rating comes in a little later as you get closer to the cave. That's when the incline comes in, which Mia never likes to take slow, so I let her set the pace for a sec. We made it to the mesa, which is just this big flat area, but right up there I think we can see the cave. The mesa is one of the best places for 360-degree views. Sedona is known for its red rocks, but people often forget just how green it is. It doesn't feel much like a desert surrounded by trees like this. After enjoying the views, all that was left was getting to the cave that I've been so anxious to explore for the last few years. At first glance, the cave looked nothing like I expected it to. I thought this actually looks kind of small, but once I got a closer look, I realized this adventure was about to get really, really fun. Yeah, we gotta get up here. Whoa, this is so cool. Come here. Look in here. We're gonna climb up these rocks and get into the cave. Getting into the cave isn't very dog friendly, so Mia stayed behind with my parents for a bit. I decided to climb my way up and begin exploring. We finally made it, and it is so worth it. It's definitely the best of the 2 caves we've done so far, so we'll go take a look. Once you're in the cave, you can walk along either side of the narrow pathway to check things out. The lighting in here was nothing like I'd ever experienced in a cave before. This is my favorite cave hike we've ever done, for sure. So cool. The cave somehow managed to be bright orange and beautiful while still feeling like a dark cave. A lot of people arrived after we did, and it was so enjoyable to catch their reactions once they made their way into the cave too. After spending a decent amount of time exploring the cave, it's time to head back down, which I'm really sad about because this hike is so cool. And you guessed it, the views were just as beautiful the second time around. So Soldiers Pass Trail, I think in my head, just knocked Cathedral Rock off of the #1 spot for Sedona hikes. What do you think? Thumbs up, double thumbs up? All right, 2 double thumbs up, add another 2. I think camera guy agrees. So much fun. It took a little over 2 hours, and it's definitely worth getting to the parking lot early to make sure you can get this hike in before it gets too hot out. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time on The Rocks.
Hey, a reminder, the Princess Resort, the Scottsdale Fairmont Princess, it is tremendous. That is the place to stay when you come here to the Valley. It's our home away from home during spring training or year-round for that fact. We appreciate the Princess Resort in Scottsdale. You may want to be checking out a movie we did with Sally Field, 80 for Brady.
Isn't that what friendship is? That we face the unknown together?
Let's go, Golden Girls. Come with me.
Hey, what? No, no.
This movie, when you first read the script, what went through your mind?
I took to it because it's obviously older women who are friends, but having to do with sports, because I'm a huge sports fan, and women get overlooked as the powerhouse that they are in the audience for sports. They're a huge audience. And I just liked the fact that it wasn't about women, looking for a date or who are they going to marry next or even worried about their children. They needed to get into the Super Bowl because they loved football and Tom Brady. Well, I have a 20 in my strap-on.
That's a fanny pack.
If you wear it like this, it's a strap-on. Making films is always hard work. It's really hard work. It's never, it should look easy, but it's always hard. This in particular was a lot of fun because it was all of us. Some of us had been friends a long time. Some of us are sort of newly friends. But being all together was fabulous, but it was also hard work. There's a lot of physicality in it for us, and we are older, some of us older than others. I'm the baby. Not that I'm proud of that, but yes, I am. So it was challenging and also a lot of laughter.
It looked like it. I put that I was going to talk to you on my social media, and I have hundreds of questions, hundreds of them. A lot of them are about the Flying Nun, but many of them are the best decisions that she's made that allowed her to have so much success. I know we only have about a minute and a half left, but you speak to that a little bit because people are curious.
You know what? Decisions really just come from sort of the gut, but I honestly have never been an actor that's just been besieged with offers. I would be lucky, even in the highest part of my career, if one script would come along a year that I would go, okay, the butterflies start in your stomach and your head and your chest, and you think, this is it. I belong here. And that's rare, and you wait for it, and you just know it when you've got it in your hands.
That's great. That's great. It's a pleasure to visit with you. Thanks for the time. Enjoyed the movie.
Thank you. Thank you.
So many hidden gems, places to eat around the valley. Eats with Eliab is coming up right around the corner.
For love of Here you are in Arizona, where time is measured in moments, not minutes, and relaxation is an art form. At the intersection of utter serenity and total awe, where you feel fully present experiencing the past. And you meet your inner foodie for the first time, right at the center of the best time you've had in years. Visit a new state of mind in Arizona. Plan your trip at hereyouareaz.com.
Bienvenidos.
Here in the heart of the American Southwest, you'll find 3 well-known restaurants all named Valle Luna, serving the finest Sonoran-style Mexican food known across the country and beyond. And we're open for business, so come on in. We've fired up the grill and iced down the refreshments and even added some specialties along the way.
Thanks for coming.
Hello. Greetings.
Welcome back.
No matter where you're from or how you say it, at Valle Luna, you're always welcome, and we're glad to have you back.
Visit us at Harrah's Auction Casino in the city of Maricopa, where you'll find play for all and friendly people ready to welcome you like family.
Welcome back, you two.
As the official sponsor of Play and the only casino in Arizona with Caesars Rewards, see what a difference it makes to play where your fun is our top priority. Harrah's Auction Casino. Play for all.
This week of Eats with Elioff brings us to 12 West Brewing Company in Mesa. So if you're coming to see the Cubs or the A's, this is the brewery for you. I'm here with Sean Brewer. Let's get right into the taste testing. We're gonna do some ranking. We'll start 4 to 1.
Okay.
1 being the best. I'm gonna go with this as my number 4.
This is just a little bit of pine. It's not like really aggressive with the hoppy beer. I mean, it's a great beer, but this would be, you know, if you had to push them that way, that would definitely be, yeah, number 4 for me. This is a Belgian wheat brewed with blood orange.
I think I'm gonna end up going right here for number 3.
So this is actually our front side that we tasted earlier, but it's brewed on local Tangelos. I guess my number 3 is gonna be Zona. It's just a great light drinking beer. Cheers. It's a Pilsner. There's 2 left. I think I know where you're going.
I think you know where I'm going.
I think I do.
It's gonna be number 2, but it's a close number 2.
I would go front side, process of elimination, right?
There we go, number 1, let's pull them.
Oh.
Number 1 for me, number 1 for him. And look at this, variety, look at this. Different types of people have different rankings. You never know what you're gonna like. And Sean, we're not stopping here. We got some food and more drinks to try.
Yeah.
And a lot more building to see.
3 floors, things got a little bit of a different perk. We seat this Friday, Saturday nights generally. This is kind of our overflow when there's big shows or spring training games. It's got a great view of Main Street as well.
And if you thought you were just gonna drink here at the brewery, you were dead wrong. Take a look at this food right here.
This is mostly artichokes and spinach, so a little bit of shredded cheese on top of it, and then it's on a little cast iron. You have to unhinge your jaw for that thing a little bit. So,
Get those stretches in, you know what I'm saying? That meat is quality, high quality, and the veggies are crisp. Okay, well, we got 1 more floor to check out. You ready for the basement?
100%.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
When it comes to the fun that can be had down here at the Speakeasy, what's that like?
Yeah, so this is our newest venture of the building. There's this really cool basement, so we built it out in kind of an older school, leather, a lot of wood, a little bit more elevated cocktails, a little bit more intimate, a little bit of a darker setting. Huge whiskey program you can see behind me.
Sean, there is so much to do. for the people visiting here at 12 West Brewing Company. But if for some reason you don't have time to come to the brewery, they still sell those beers over at the A's Stadium. So have a sip or a bite here at 12 West Brewing Company.
Love taking you around the great state of Arizona, places to eat. Eliav does a tremendous job. The Princess Resort, that's the place to stay. You're making your plans now. You're saying, I want to get out of the cold. I want to get to Arizona. I can't wait for pitchers and catchers and watching my team or just any of the 15 teams here in the Cactus League go out and do their thing. It's the Princess Resort in Scottsdale.
Hey, I'm Jordan Spurgeon. I'm in a UTV, Stellar Adventures, beautiful scenery. We're going to take you on that tour next week on the show.
What a great time we've had out here at Quintero. Again, for you, the golf enthusiast, this is the place to come play. You can also stay here. We want to thank Mike Poe and company here at Quintero. And that's our show for this week. Thanks again for being with us. For all of us, make it a great week.
Discover more Play for All at Harrah's Ak-Chin Casino.
Hi, folks. Here are your drinks.
Where having fun means racking up reward credits with the Caesars Rewards loyalty program that can be redeemed for food, free play, hotel stays, and more. Not only here in the city of Maricopa, but also at more than 50 Caesars properties coast to coast. From Harrah's Las Vegas to Caesars Palace in Atlantic City. What are you waiting for? Play for All at Harrah's Ak-Chin Casino, the official sponsor of Play.
Bienvenidos.
Here in the heart of the American Southwest, you'll find 3 well-known restaurants all named Valle Luna, serving the finest Sonoran-style Mexican food known across the country and beyond. And we're open for business, so come on in. We've fired up the grill and iced down the refreshments and even added some specialties along the way.
Thanks for coming.
Hello. Greetings.
Welcome back.
No matter where you're from or how you say it, at Valle Luna, you're always welcome, and we're glad to have you back.